Now, are you there? Hello. We have a game. I want a Grunfeld. Are you going to give me a Grunfeld? I haven't played a Grunfeld for a while. Yes, thank you. All right. Let's see if I remember my theory. I may not actually remember any of it. Okay. Now I do this one first. And before castling c5. All right, so you're doing this version. All right. So I do this before castling because I need to keep putting pressure on there very quickly. All right, so you're going for quick castling. So 1, 2, 3 defenders, 1, 2, 3 attackers, 4. I can't do that, so it comes with a threat of taking the pawn immediately. So here, and then I think I go here, which is why I don't castle and undermine the knight. Or do I take first? No, I don't take first because you can take with a knight, right? I'm not sure. Maybe you can't. I think this is correct. So I anticipate this move. Could you play that? That's the move. Now here I still don't castle, right? Because I need to put pressure on here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers on there. And I'm undermining. This is the Grunfeld. Immediate pressure on d4. And if you push, then this is a problem. You can push and sacrifice. And then that goes there, does it? Take, take, take. Not sure. But I'm pretty sure that's the book move. And if my opponent pushes, we'll see what happens. Yeah, you can push like this, but you don't kind of want to do that. Why not? Because then these light squares become weak. So I think I take, maybe not do that immediately, but I can kind of start controlling the light squares. You just have this backwards pawn I can play against. Do I? Yeah, all right, so we've got the pawn push. This is not what white wants to do. Do I take now? Maybe. Or do I go here? Keep pressuring. You just go queen there, right? Oh, it's take. And then we go into the end game, do we? Rook across. Is that the right line? Maybe take. If you take with the knight, I think I take here. Let's say you take with the queen. No, you can't take with the knight. It just hangs that, right? Here. You can take my knight. Sort of. No. All right, so you can't take with the knight. Yeah, you have to take with the... Could you take with the bishop? I don't think you want to take with the bishop. You also have to deal with this. Or maybe... No, not that one, because you've got that. All right. I think I take. At some point you take. And so if you take with the pawn here, take, let's say king takes. So do I take that? And rook across? You can see why I didn't castle. I'm not sure, I might still castle. All right. So there are things like this, but here. So your bishop and knight, I've only got one attacker on there, right? If you take with the bishop, then I can take here, you'll take there, something like that. Also opens up lines to my king. I don't know. But that's very weak as well. So you'll get that. I'll get both of those pawns. So check here, here, you take with the king, rook across, hitting there a second time. Is that enough? It also pins it, so it's hitting that twice as well. And I remember this being like a blunder for some reason. Was it something like here? No, I don't remember exactly. Is that the best move? Or should I go there? I can castle, but that kind of gets rid of all the pressure. Under pressure. All right, here. Take. Let's do the end game. Ah, you can block with the bishop, attack my queen. What do I do then? I didn't even think about that, I'm going to be honest. So that's... if you do that, you go here, don't you? That's the correct move, if I remember correctly. The correct square for the queen. And this is a threat. Yeah, so normally you block here. Ah, I suppose you could block with the knight. I didn't even think about that. I've never seen anyone block with the knight though. So if you block with the knight, what do? I have to do something with the bishop, surely. So maybe take, rook across attacking the pawn. What do you do? Queen here, defending the pawn maybe? We got a Grunfeld. We got a Grunfeldy Grunfeld as well. It played out like a Grunfeld. I'm quite happy to get a Grunfeld. Is castling queenside an option? I'm not sure if I want my king on that square. It is an open file. At the same time, it does really facilitate the other rook coming in. Here it takes a little bit longer. This is, yeah, we'll see. If there's no queens on the board, I could consider that. So I probably have to move my king here sooner or later. If I can get an endgame, like with this backwards pawn, it could really help me a lot. Yeah, here, maybe knight there. Get rid of this. Yeah, and a rook here, defending there. Pawn push. Should be all right. Okay, you block with the bishop. So it's here, isn't it? So if you castle, you have to deal with that, and it weakens that. Is there anything else to think about? I don't think so. I think that's the book move. All right. So I need to castle too. Maybe I should have considered here. No, here, putting it here and here is just going to invite attacks. It's going to get attacked. Maybe going back was an option as well. But I definitely don't want to play that. So if you go there, do I take here? Yes, I do. Because my bishop defends the knight. Sort of. So I'm anticipating my opponent castling. Now, do I castle or do I go rook here? And yeah, maybe I go rook there. Or do you go back? You could go back. I can't stop you going back, can I? Or if you go back, what's that? Or if you go back, take, then this. So if you block with the queen, I take your rook. If you block with the bishop, I take the pawn with the queen. Yeah. All right, so take is an option, and that's just hanging. But you come in here. Do I want to do it? I'm not 100% sure. I could just go here. That's where my rook normally belongs. These lines do get a bit tactical. That's going to be a weakness. Take. Here, here. Now, maybe you'll defend the bishop with your rook. I think I should castle. Maybe you'll chase my queen away. Where does my queen go? It can't go to that square. Yes, it has to go to that square. It's a bit short on squares. Oh, hold on. I can take that. So you, yeah. All right. I guess that's why you put it on that square. Here. Sorry, here. Take. Hitting the bishop with the knight and the queen. Are there shenanigans? Bishop there. I have to defend my knight with the... No, I don't. I got check. So here... Rook across. You may have shenanigans now. Is that shenanigans? How do I defend my knight? This square? Hitting a bishop as well. Yeah, can't. That might be all right. Here. Or should I just castle? Or should I go here? So that knight takes here. We can't pawn push. Here. I can just pawn push if you do that, right? Oh, that weakens that, doesn't it? So if I castle, it gives my opponent a move, but I'm going to have to do it sooner or later, aren't I? And it may get quite violent after this. Take here. Here. Can you remove the defender of the knight? Oh no, I take a bishop. But it's so loose. But then again, that's just hanging. So you might have to defend that. Here, just attacking that again. So if you go after there, pawn push. Queen there. A rook there is annoying, isn't it? Oh, but I must remember I got that too. Castle, if you go rook there, I can take here. And this is a thing as well, isn't it? Maybe. You know what? I think I'm just going to castle just in case. You can't do that, right? Same reason. I'm just going to castle. It's scary if I don't castle. I'm not sure. I'll have to go in post-game analysis. If I had prepped that position and found out Yeah, that usually is very strong or something like that. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. We'll see. Yeah, now I feel like I've got a lot of those attacks still on the table, and a lot of the counterattacks are off the table because I'm castled. So obviously white has to figure out what to do if I do this. So if you take here, I can just go there. And I don't know, you can defend it, but then you lose that pawn. And then my queen coming back here. And that could be enough. You still have to deal with that. Yeah, there are some pretty sharp lines if in the Grunfeld, and I think I've played them partially. I've partially played those lines, but I don't think I've played them like to their absolute precision. But we'll see. There's not much point in having a pawn up when I'm going to have to do this at some point, and probably almost certainly my opponent's going to win the B pawn. If I keep defending everything, yeah, something bad is going to happen. Yeah, I don't see a clear good move for white here. So you can go and attack this pawn. So I can take, or I could just take that pawn and say, well, I got pass pawn. It's good enough for me. So here, take, and then I can grab this, and you don't even get that. Here, I can just take it. My bishop can go backwards. Yeah, so this is the pawn formation you want your opponent to have in the Grunfeld. So that's pretty good. I need to be a bit careful of this. So here, maybe I should take it here, because that's the kind of retreat square for the queen. I've seen it in a lot of games, that particular square. So if I take the pawn and you take my pawn, take, here this pawn is hanging. I am a pass pawn up. My knight is a little loose, but it is hitting your bishop. So, and I can take the bishop with check, so it doesn't matter that it's loose. You're going to need to do something about that pawn as well. You can move your rook, but if you move your rook, yeah, no, I think that position's fine, right? So that's why the grandmasters are moving the queen here, because you can take that pawn. Yeah, they take the pawn and go back. But in some lines, it is a gambit. Yeah, actually, that's an interesting idea, because if this pawn gets moving, it is a pass pawn, and I have seen lines of the Grunfeld and the Catalan where it's just you take this pawn and you ignore everything else and push, and it gets it down here somewhere, and you've got your bishop supporting it. Yeah, and it can quite quickly become quite dangerous. Yeah, this is a really exciting / scary position. Ever since I set the rating of my opponent to my rating minus 100, every single one of my opponents has used all the time on their clock. It's really interesting. If you play 1900s, they will not do that. They will not use all the time on their clock. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's because they're rushing or because they don't know what they need to calculate. It might be they're unsure what to calculate. If it's the case, that would explain why they just play the first move that comes to the mind that is tactically sound. Yeah, but now, so I've set my opponent's rating as my rating minus 100 or above, which would be about, what's the minimum, 2050 for classical. Yeah, getting classical rating points on Lichess is quite hard. Takes a long time. All right, so the bishop went back. So we can pin the pawn and threaten that. This is the Grunfeld. So this is now defended. We can also consider this sort of thing. But rook there, you're not attacking there, and you're probably not going to easily attack it. I want to take that at some point. So rook there, I want to get the other rook across as well. And in the event you do this, I want to take and start pushing this. So rook there makes a lot of sense, pinning that pawn. So this is now a thing. And you can't do that. Well, first of all, it's pinned, but it's the same as, yeah. All right, rook there makes sense. I don't have to worry about that anymore. You're getting a bishop on my diagonal. Right, so this is a threat now. Welcome to the Grunfeld. This is what it is. There's threats every move. I could just go take, pawn push as well and turn it into a very positional game. And I'm put my knight here or something, or if you give up your good bishop for my knight, I say I have a backwards pawn to play against. Sure, mine's weak, but yours is weak too. And what's that bishop? Actually, my bishop isn't fantastic, but it can come out. That is an option. Yeah, here, take, I think. Actually, let's calculate that. Here, I can take. I can also decide to do this. Queen there. So unpinning, but you don't have enough defense on there now. You're hitting here as well. So, okay, take. I'm hitting here. So if you go bishop takes, I take that. You take my rook, I take your rook. Yeah, I get an extra pawn in that line. And my knight has those two squares to escape. Anyway, take. Is there any reason not to take? I wanted the endgame version of this. Here. So that's, sorry, here, take, here, hitting the bishop. Sorry, here, hitting the bishop. So you might throw this in. That's just hanging. If you attack here, I will just have to move. You can take that and defend your bishop, but I can take there. I am a pawn up over here in that line, but I'm very unlikely to win. Nevertheless, it might just be the best move. So take, take. Still, we can't wriggle out of trouble. You can defend a pawn. Is there anything better? I don't know. I'll take the queen. I wanted the end game. Here. I don't see why. It's probably my best move. I think you have to take, and you'll take there and there, won't you? All right, so take, take, take. I think you have to take that, right? Otherwise I take here. If you go there, here, hitting your rook. If you run away, oh, hold on, recalculating. No, I can't do that. I can't sneak in the in-betweeny. So here, take, here. I can sneak in this check. Not sure if I want to. Or I could take here. So if you take there, check, and then take there. Actually, that works well. Taking that pawn. All right, so take here. If you take there, I take this one, do I? And if you take my rook here, and if you take the knight, my bishop's hitting there. I think that's correct. Yeah, it gets a little sharp. All right, but I suspect you're going to do this. Bishop, rook. Yeah, I can take this. I can play rook here as well. So you move your bishop. You defend a pawn. Okay. Yeah, all right. So here, take, here. I don't know, maybe that's okay. Rook. And should I grab, oh sorry, that's a rook. So maybe I just grab that. Now you have an outside pass pawn. It can be protected by a rook. We have two rooks and opposite colored bishops. That's a little weak. But my rook can get there. It will block the pawn. My bishop can go there, also blocking the pawn. It's a pretty stable blockade. But I don't think I'm going to win. All right, what if I do pawn push? Pawn push. Yeah, I mean, you can take. Do you want to take? You can go after that pawn, which is now weakened. Is rook there a move? So my knight defends there. If you take, I can grab that afterwards, but maybe that's too fancy. Here, rook takes, bishop takes. I don't know, rook there, bishop there should be fine, really. Yeah, rook there, you'll defend the pawn with your bishop. And I think I go bishop there. Also blockading that square, and there's no obvious way for white to push that pawn. And this is defending and blockading as well. Is there anything better? Knight here, knight here. Yeah, I have to go there basically. and you'll take the pawn. Oh, hold on, can I go? It's a trap, is it? You can't take that pawn because I've got, but that's a rook. Hold on, I can go here and pin your bishop. Oh, all right, so sorry, I'm not calculating this correctly. Take, 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 that's a rook now. Here, here, if you go there, I pin your bishop to your rook. Yeah, so you can't play that, which means I will be up a pawn. And here, maybe I should just take that. You can hit my knight, can't you? But you hit my knight, I hit your bishop. There. All right, so maybe it would be better to do that. Lots of calculation. Yeah, I spent like a few minutes there calculating incorrect line where rook takes. This was not correct. Here, here, bishop takes, rook here, here, pin, and this rook is unable to defend the bishop because of this pawn. The bishop moves, I take the rook. Yeah, I win that line. Suppose I can pre-move rook takes knight. All right. So I'm hitting my opponent's f3 bishop. If they don't move it, I'm taking it with check. So pretty sure they're going to move it. Yeah. So bishop takes rook. Rook attacks bishop. Bishop moves. So I'm here, 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 here. Bishop runs away. Oh, you can't go to that square. I've got a rook on it. So you go back there. Now, do I defend that? I can't defend that. All right, I'm not going to defend that then. I'll take this. And you'll take that. Yeah, so I win this pawn, but you win that. You will win both those. I'll get this one. So bishop here, take here, bishop f3, bishop takes here, rook, then rook takes here. And I think I just go over here. No, if I do that, I go this square to attack that pawn. Actually, with my bishop out, I don't care about the back rank. I care about that pawn though. Yeah, all right. So you did that one, which means I can do this. So if you take, I hit the rook. This one doesn't work because you do this. Or does it? Here. No, your bishop can retreat to defend your, yeah, too much complication. All right, here. You do have this. Is that scary? Drop back. That's fine. If you take, check, take. So you can defend your bishop. Oh, and it hit my knight. You move your bishop and hit my knight. And I can't do the same. So I don't do that. I go here. If you take, check, here, here, pinning bishop. You can attack my knight. But I can take here, you take my knight. Sorry, exchange, exchange. And I'll grab that pawn. And that pawn's just hanging. All right, so what if I just do this? Hit your bishop. So if they're pin. Oh no, I need to do check, then pin. All right. Oh, I nearly blundered there with that one, but all right, it didn't work. This is on, this is eyed, this is just hanging. So if you take that, do I take this one or this one? Bishop takes, I think I should still take that one because it sets that trap. So bishop takes, let's say rook takes. Yeah, is there any reason to think about this? Your bishop is hanging, so you can go there, can't you? Take. No, that one's better. That one's better. Oh, pause for a minute, I need to blow my nose. Right, where were we? All right. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. So if you go back, I can take. You can't go there because I can take it and defend a pawn. So here, check, here, pin. If you attack my knight, can I run away with my knight? Potentially. If you attack it again, I can defend it by taking a pawn as well. Also, you've got back rank issues. If you attack it again, also I can go attack that knight as well, that rook. So there's quite a few traps here for my opponent. A few traps here for me too. Yeah, so the knight is doing a good job saying you can't take that pawn with the bishop. Could you do this and hang that? Probably not. Here, I don't know, I'm unconvinced. Also, I can grab that pawn. Pawn to pawn. Take here. It's not that great, is it? Here, check, king there. Take, rook takes, knight here attacking the rook. Rook there defending bishop. Maybe you can play that, but oh. It's not something you'd want to. Oh, maybe just that is fine. So if takes, I can take there or something. Yeah, the Grunfeld gets a little complicated. Bishop here, is that any good? I just take that with the rook, do I? Bishop there. Yeah, surely this is out just because. Check, king there, pin. And I don't see how you unpin. You can harass my knight. But I feel like take. That and that are and that pawn is hanging. Yeah, so rook takes, hitting this bishop. Threatening back rank mate, actually. So pawn push, you can block with the bishop. And that defends there as well. Maybe I should just take that. And you will have to defend that. You can't defend that. You can move your bishop in such a way that my bishop is... No, because of back rank, I can just, take the pawn. You can take that pawn. I still have a pawn. Well, you don't. Complicated. Well, I'm glad I'm not down on time compared to my opponent. What's that? Hitting here and here. That's a fork. Maybe I should refresh the page. Oh, you go there. All right. You're preventing this fork. So that's just hanging. That's just hanging. I can take that way as well. Should I just take that? So I can go there and defend there if you take with the bishop. And my bishop is pointing at your rook. So if I take here, what's anything scary going to happen? No, it opens up my bishop here. I think I just drop back, right? I think it only helps me. You're not attacking anything new. You're preventing that, right? So here, okay, rook takes is the obvious move. It hits there. So do I just go back and defend that pawn with my bishop? And that's attacked twice, so I don't think you can keep it. You could take, maybe defend twice or something. I can sneak that in if I wish. Just means you can't go there. It doesn't mean much else though. I'm going to take the pawn. I don't see anything wrong with that. Here it hits there. All right. So is that scary? No, I've got a fork. Just defend the pawn. What are you going to do about that one? No, that seems simple. Puts my bishop on a defended square, defends this pawn. My king can come here as well. And I don't think you're going to do anything like that. It looks pretty crazy. What are you going to do about this pawn? I don't know. All right, here. And yeah, if you take, I take with the rook. If you pin, no, I do this check and win your rook. All right. So the question is, what are you going to do about that pawn? Yeah, if you take, I take with the rook, and now you've got to defend the bishop and the pawn. Well, maybe you survive that. It's not the kind of position you want to be in. I can go rook here and annoy your bishop. If you want to keep the pawn, you have to go back here. It's a bit scary. Because if I get my bishop here, hitting the rook in here. So rook takes, bishop takes. King in the corner. Yeah, actually, it's not great for me. There's no need to do that. So if you want to keep the pawn, yeah, definitely take with the rook, right? Hold on. No, there's no shenanigans here. All my rooks are on light, dark colored squares. You have a light colored bishop. You can defend the pawn like that. I can't take it if you do that. But you got to do something with this bishop. So rook there. Like, that's a nice square for that rook. Bishop. I have a second rook. What if I go attack that bishop? So here, so your bishop can move anywhere there because I'm not attacking there. Can I go rook behind pass pawn? I guess my opponent's thinking, is it a strength or a weakness? And it's kind of both, this pawn. But I don't think you want to play that. Fairly sure you don't want to play that either. I think I can take. Rook there. All right. Makes sense if I take you there, and I can't take because of the pin. So here's an option. Take here. So what if I attack the pawn? If I attack it from there, you can defend it. All right. Rook here. Rook. But then I can take. So then you need to defend a pawn again. So take, defend. It's adequately defended, isn't it? Same thing. That doesn't help me at all. Bishop there. So your bishop is still hanging. Or I could take yours. So here, no, if you push it, you're going to lose it. So here. I don't know, I kind of feel like I want to do that. So take. Can I do pawn push? Just take that square away from you. I don't know, maybe take. Rook there is the best. You can't push, you will definitely lose that pawn. So you'll have to defend it like that. Can I just stick my bishop there? Maybe. It's pretty, because you got back rank issues. All right. All right, so take rook here, rook there, stick my bishop there. It's a ridiculous looking move, but it's a move. So here it doesn't allow you to do that. Here. And all right, so bishop there. So if you take, back rank mate. And if you don't take, here. It looks ridiculous, is it? Like, does it win me the pawn? Can you go attack? So if you here, I just put it on a dark square and then unpin. Opposite colored bishops. It's probably not going to win, is it? It's a ridiculous looking move. Do I have anything better? It's a fun looking move. Bishop there and just rook there, attack that pawn. You unpin. Maybe that is just better. It's silly, but if I can win the pawn, I'm going to have to exchange rooks, and that will be a draw. So as fun as that move looks, I'm not going to play it. Here, I've got no obvious weaknesses for you to attack. I can do that if you take that pawn. Can you do that? I want to attack that pawn. And if you defend it, I will win that one. Yeah. So attacking that pawn. So if king across, I attack it again. And if you want to keep it, you'll have to push it. Which means I've got this check. And if you want to keep that pawn, oh, you can push it 2 squares. Which puts it on a dark square. Oh, alright. How are you going to keep the pawn? I don't know. You didn't... What about the pawn? Here. Here, is it? Alright. Here, defend. Kind of unconvincing. Might as well put it there. I don't see any advantage to not putting it there. Oh, I forgot you can do that. Alright, so can I get a... Here. I think I'll do that. And just go attack that with my king or something. Let's see what we've got. You're stuck defending that pawn. So you'll probably do something like that, right? I guess we'll find out. Maybe my bishop move over there was better, but it was only going to end up in an opposite coloured bishop endgame. Even if I won the pawn. Yeah. Still, it's pinned, right? It's very hard for you to untangle. Now, where do I want my pawns? Here, right? I think so. I'm going to have to try. You can't push that because it's pinned. And it's still pinned. And I kind of want to get some pressure over here. I'm not afraid of this. Oh, maybe I should be. All right. So I want to make sure that that is a permanent issue for you. Also, I can do that. Yeah, you have no way to unpin, right? Yeah. Connect 4. What's that? What are you going to do about it? You can't go to that square. If you go there, it's... Oh, maybe you can do that. Go back. All right. So now, if I do this, you can take... Do you want to do that? Maybe it's okay. Be better if my king was further forward. I do like how this is nice and attacked. All right. So if I go here, something like that. All right, we'll do that one. Take with the king or the pawn. If my king gets in there, it's also pretty effective. You don't have that check. Oh, take with the king. You're kind of in Zugzwang. You want the bishop to stay there. All right. So take here. I win 2 pawns. I'll get that next move. And my bishop still stops there. All right, so take. Hold on, I need to be careful though, because you could start gobbling up those pawns. So take here, here, bishop there. Oh, it's still pinned. Oh, I take it here. Here, your king goes there. Pass pawn there. I don't have enough pass pawns, unfortunately. All right, we're nearly there. My phone's distracting me. In a tournament game, that'd be a forfeit, right? All right, so maybe I want this further forward. No, take, here, here. Pawn push. Oh, that unpins. No, don't do that. Pawn push, take. Or maybe take with check here. Here. Or should I put my king on that square? I hope I do this right. My bishop stops your pawn, so hope for the best. I've got this, which you need to stop. All right, so king takes, that's pinned, and I'll take it with check. Opposite colored bishops. You're going to start gobbling up pawns over here, though. I'm going to lose one of those. All right. All right. Now, I need control of light squares. That's threatening checkmate. So here, your king is stalemated. Yeah, that wins, right? All right, so king here, take here. You must stop checkmate. Pawn push, pawn push. I just win the race. You move your bishop. Checkmate. My king is on a light colored square, so I'm not a fan of that, but okay. I couldn't keep both of them. So I'll keep this further forward one. All right, here, stop checkmate. Unfortunately, it blocks my bishop, but kind of everything. And then I just go here. Your king is stalemated. You can abandon your bishop, or you can check me. So here, 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 check. Yeah, it's concerning. Here. All right. I'll do what I can. Oh, I forgot I have that. Oh, I blundered. Blundered. Don't know. Was that a win? Probably not. Oh, no. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a win. Well, okay. Thanks to the game, DVK. That was really close to a win. Oh, okay. There wasn't a win there. So I shouldn't have taken it. I did have a win. Oh. All right. So I played well. Okay, so this is just opening prep. Here, e5. Yeah, e5's the move black tries to make white play. So that's the whole purpose of 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces attacking that is to get you to push this and no longer have this mighty center. Here, yeah, so both are possible. Here, queen a3 was one of the options. Queen back would probably just repeat. Queen d5, I didn't even think about that. All right, can't be that bad if players of that strength are doing it. So bishop c1 was played. Then we go check again, do we? Rook fd8, correct. Played a lot of sharp moves. Take, take. Bishop e6. I remember mentioning this. Like, got a backwards pawn, I'll just leave it there. It hits there as well. I didn't even think about that. That's a good move. I just greedily grabbed the pawn. Take. Rook a b8 was the best choice. Bishop there. Was taking the pawn was among the best choices. Certainly simpler. Rook b4. Yeah, I noticed my opponent was pretty high rated. I wasn't expecting 2300 though, because they're not, or at least they saw through all my traps. Bishop e4, so they noticed that this fork was on the table as well. I think that's the reason you would play that. And you don't really want to give up the bishop if you don't have to, but now you kind of have to. What did I do here? Bishop f6 was a top move. It's perfectly fine. Taking was best. Rook d2. Ah, all right, I played there. Bishop d4 was what I played. All right, so I mean, I played up to here in a Grunfeld, mind you, lots of correct moves. Rook f1. Yeah, so this was problem with that is that all I have to do is attack that, and that is a very strong endgame position. And I thought I might as well put my rook there. h5. Why would I even think about that? I did f5. So king back, king there, h6 here. So take, I did king takes, pawn takes was better. Well, in hindsight, yeah. Oh, out of curiosity, where was that wacky move? Where was it? Here. King f1, take. Yeah, the computer does count it as a draw. I noticed I did win the pawn, but I was correct to reject the move because it's going to end up maybe something like this. And, oh, right, move to a light-colored square. And sooner or later, oh, if you move, so you can't let me check as well. But if you force me to exchange into an opposite color bishop endgame, it's going to be very hard. Definitely should have won this. I should have beaten a 2300 player. I'm really upset. Here, honestly, I think these moves are fine. Here, I obviously have a concrete, strong advantage. Basically because my opponent is super passive. I should be winning. I took with the king, which the computer still thinks is winning. King forward is correct. e3. e3. So if you take, I win there. threaten checkmate. Wow, I can't believe it. I thought this was a win. Here, king now. I thought I saw the win, and I just missed it. This is a move. Yeah, you have other drawing moves as well. But the main idea is you can kick my king out from that square because it's a light-coloured square. But at this point, at least I acknowledged I made a mistake. The only thing I can do is draw. So, and I noted my king had to go over here. My bishop can't stop the pawn anymore. But once the king goes there, I don't even have to think, right? Actually, I pre-moved that. If my opponent went there, yeah, I lose. Whoops. Don't pre-move. Yeah, I pre-moved. Move times, pre-move. If my opponent thought, hold on, my opponent is pre-moving, I'm going to go there. Yeah. Hold on. So you needed to go here, and I would have played there. And whoops. Don't pre-move. Yeah. All right. Thank you to my opponent, DVK. That was a very interesting game. I'm really kicking myself for not getting the win there, but it happens. Shouldn't pre-move. Don't pre-move. Sometimes you can pre-move in opposite-coloured bishop endgames because you're just repeating. Computer doesn't like any of this. Here. And this wins. So you can't push. Oh wow, I'll just go here and checkmate you. Well, and you can't not push because, and you can't, can you take? Probably can't take either. So, well, rook f2, you're not going to play. Oh, I go here and go, oh, I got checkmate. I can't believe it. That's a win, and that is not a win. I knew the win was on the table. I knew it was there. I'm kicking myself. I'm kicking myself. I remember, like, multiple moves. I said, oh, what about this? What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? I could have also done this, right? b4. Why would you do b4? Take attention away or something? Kicking myself. I could have had this win. Well, all right. Thank you to my opponent. Thanks everyone for watching. Remember to like, subscribe. I'll see you in the future. TTFN.